everybody. We're going to start today's update in the garden, and as we can see here, we've got the peas and they seem to be stunted now. They don't seem to be growing any bigger. I'm thinking we've got a bit, especially on this one, a bit of a problem, and it keeps on falling over, so there's not really too much we can do with that one, I don't think, but we'll see. It looks like it's dying, but we'll see. The other one, obviously, we've got a pea on there that's ready to harvest. We'll harvest that and see where it goes, but I think the heat's getting a bit too much for these guys now. That's where the cucumbers should start taking over. This guy, not so much. And I think I need a bit more fertilizer in here, because obviously, as you can see, if we'll compare with the others soon, these leaves are a bit too light, whereas the others over at the back, you'll see that they're a nice shade of green. And then similar with this, I think we need a bit more fertilizer. The plants are doing okay, just not really fruiting, and I think they need that kick in the backside in order to do that. And just got a few more little seedlings that need to come through. Stuff that I planted and failed, they seem to be getting eaten, and that is the dill, that's the New Zealand spinach here, and that's the watermelon. So this likely will go in the next couple of days. We'll get that going over there. Again, similar update here with the peas. This pea's doing much better. We did have another one down here that, it's going all the way over here. Again, he's not so great. We're starting to see yellowing leaves. I think it's on its way out, so we'll see. And we do have a little ladybug there just flicking away. We do have a similar situation here with these cucumber pickle leaves. They're a lot yellower than I actually want them to be, so yeah, we need to see from there, and hopefully that's not bugs. Hopefully that's just dirt and ash and stuff. Looks like it's not bugs, nothing's really moving. The little garden over here, everything's going according to plan. We're getting carrots coming through. I've been doing a bit of weeding, but the weeds pop up very quickly. We've got some beets at the back. The eggplant, again, needs a little bit of nutrition, it looks like. The tomato looks pretty good, and the corn's decent, just flopping over. I need to keep on propping that up. I've moved the blueberries to get a bit more sunshine. There was too much shade over there, because as we can see, we've just got a whole mess of cucumber leaves. And as I was saying earlier, these cucumber leaves are so nice. They're nice and green, lots of colour in them. They're getting a lot of nutrition from the soil, so they're okay. Obviously there's some at the bottom there that I need to pick off. I'll be going ahead and doing that just as the sun comes out. And then obviously this garden bed's doing pretty well for me, first time this year. We've got some bok choy here, and that looks like it's been eaten like crazy, so maybe I'll get to enjoy it, maybe not. I'll harvest some leaves maybe. And then we've got the ground cherry that's doing very well. We've actually got some fruit starting to appear here. We just need to wait for that to mature and go through and do its thing. So again, I might just give this a bit of fertilizer while it's fruiting. And then we've got the tomatillo here, similar. Not really seeing any fruit here yet, but it is going through and working its magic, which is good. I didn't notice, but I've got a weed popping through from the other side there that I need to remove. And the cucumber here is not doing so great, but again, we've got some beets popping through and some carrots, so we're pretty good there. Not as many carrots as I thought I would get here. I think a lot of them have been dug up, as you can see. We've got a lot of digging going on. And sorry for the shadow with the sun, but the sun is absolutely blasting down on me right now, as well as planes flying past. And again, these peas, I think they're done. They're not really growing, so yeah, I think I'll just leave them for the roots, let them do the thing there. And we've got stuff like the watermelon here and a cucumber that really needs to start going. It's not, so we'll see how that goes. But the zucchini and the corn and the beans, they're going nicely. So hopefully we'll see a lot of that this year. Similar with the tomatoes. Tomatoes are doing pretty good. And these are the beefsteak, I believe. They look like. So we get a lot of beefsteak tomatoes. And again, we've got chilies and peppers here. They're Thai chilies. And again, zucchini. Everything else is doing well, except the small pots, which again, I think it needs a bit more nutrition. And something else that's not doing too good, because I repotted it and it's nice and stressed, but I'm seeing some new leaf growth, so I think the plant is doing okay. and that is the lime plant. So I've moved it, made sure it's getting a bit of shade so it doesn't dry out as quick, and obviously I need to keep on removing those leaves, but hopefully it'll bounce back. It's my first year trying this, so yeah, we have had a lot of raspberries, which is good, but a few of those leaves are dying back now, so again I might just give that a bit of food. Similar with the chives here, I think it needs food, but the mint and the gojis are doing nice. Goji keeps on just getting devastated leaves, so I think this is the last year I'm going to be doing gojis. I think I'm going to clear that pot out, and I'm going to do maybe artichokes or something next year in that. And speaking of getting devastated, we've got some bok choy here that's absolutely devastated. I think that's the pill bugs, but thankfully we've got the soybeans making it, we've got the corn making it. They're the main ones, and the definite one of the main ones here I need to keep on training it through is the cantaloupe. So the cantaloupe's doing what I wanted to do, which is good. Just needed to grow through properly, train it as it's going, make sure it goes all the way through the corn and does what they call the three sisters planting method, plant all three of them together. And that's my first year trying that. I've tried growing on the back fence before, and tried growing here on its own before, and I get a couple of watermelons and cantaloupe, but not as much as I'd like. Sorry for the noise. This is my new air conditioner, my heat pump. It's making a lot of noise if it's coming across on the video, but other than that, everything's going well. Got a nice blank space here, so nothing's really doing well there because of the straw. That's where all the pill bugs are loving to hide, so I think I'll just leave that blank, or maybe just throw something in there if I've got something, but right now just leaving it blank. So let's go on to the balcony and see what's going on up there. Okay, so welcome out to the balcony. Again, the first thing you'll see is the cherry tomatoes just going absolutely insane, and we're getting a lot of tomatoes on the vines, which is good, but we are also getting some yellowing leaves, so likely I'll just pull those leaves off and see if the trend continues, and if it does, I'll attack it. It could just be those leaves are dying off for whatever reason. Hopefully it's very simple. I do have some tomatoes falling down maybe from those leaves, but we'll just see what we need to do from there. And nothing yet. I think we're seeing some little fruits on the this is the Scotch bonnet pepper, so we'll let that do its thing. I don't really, as I say, use that. I normally give it away, but the peas here are doing lovely, doing absolutely great. Some peas that we need to harvest, but again, I do think that this will be dying off soon because we're getting into July, we're getting lots of heat, and it's really scorching. I'm sweating like a pig right now. So yeah, I've trellised the one here as well. We'll be doing maybe a harvest of peas tonight to have for dinner, and hopefully we'll get a few more, but we've actually got quite a few this year, so that's nice. We are actually using some of the runners from the strawberries, so if I twist this guy around, you'll see the other one is starting to root and starting to do well, so we'll just get a few more of those going. This looks like it's a bit floppy, but I think that's because I haven't watered today, because we are expecting a storm by the things right now. Doesn't look like it's coming, but hopefully it does. If not, I'll have to water later. And the strawberries here, we're just waiting for these ones. Again, I'm seeing these runners. I don't really need these runners, so when I see those, I'll just pick them off and just put them on the pile to compost over here. And yeah, that's really what I'm doing here. I have planted some more green onion in here, as well as some, I think, some more cilantro, or yeah, we'll see what pops through. But the cilantro here is doing pretty well, which is good. And again, lots of fruits coming down here. Whether they've been pollinated or not, I don't know. Only time will tell. And again, more runners coming through. Just pick them off. I don't really need them. I'm getting all of the runners again that I've got here, doing what I need to do. I'm just putting them in the holes as I go. Just make sure that we get them in the holes and when we do get water in there, they'll start rooting, and this pot will be going downstairs soon. Just waiting for the final ones to take root, and then we'll take it down. Zucchini's not doing so good here. It is actually infested, and I did not realize that, so I need to spray that. So I've actually got some spray in the bedroom. I did not realize it was so infested, so I'll be spraying that down. I did notice some of the leaves were dying, but yeah, it's aphid season it seems like, so I'll spray them off. But the tomatoes are doing well, so that's good. Basil's doing well, and the strawberries here. I'm not seeing any runners yet, but I want some runners from this to start getting this pot going. So yeah, just need to get that going. So thanks very much for tuning in this week. I've got a bit of homework to do, as you can tell. Need to fix that plant, need to fix a few things downstairs. So hopefully next week we'll see some progress with that. Thank you very much and have a great week.